Every town has its secrets, some so terrifying that people don't even dare to speak their names. Tonight's story comes from a small town in America, where an old house, every night, seems to come alive. People say the house doesn't let anyone enter, and if someone does go inside, they never come back. Nighttime. Rain has just stopped. The air smells damp and cold. On the corner of Main Street stood the old wooden house, Hollow Creek House, silent and foreboding. For years, people had whispered about the unseen forces that haunted its walls. Jessica, a young journalist, arrived that night with her camera and notebook. "If all these stories are lies, I'll prove the truth," she said with a nervous smile. Her friend Michael was with her, a bit timid but loyal. The door creaked open slowly. Creak! Inside, darkness swallowed the space. The flashlight revealed old photos, burnt furniture, and cracked walls. "Jess, something about this place feels wrong," Michael whispered. Jessica replied, "There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just an old house." But then footsteps echoed from upstairs. Thud, thud, thud. They shone the torch upwards. No one was there. Jessica began climbing the stairs. Each step groaned under their weight. Suddenly a message was scrawled on the wall. "Get out now." Michael froze, breathless. "Who wrote this?" he asked, his voice trembling. Jessica whispered, "Probably some prank." But fear was clear in her eyes. The basement door suddenly swung open on its own. A cold gust of air blew out, and a faint whisper echoed. "We never left." Jessica turned on her camera. "If something's here, show yourself." The camera flickered. A dark shadow appeared on the screen, a blurry face emerging from the wall. Michael screamed, "Run!" They ran, but the door slammed shut behind them. The room shook. Whispers grew louder. "Why are you here?" "We are still here." Jessica dropped the camera. A faint light fell on the wall. An old newspaper clipping. Hollow Creek House burned down in 1978. Family of 4 never found. Jessica's eyes widened. "This house, it's alive," she whispered. Suddenly the room plunged into darkness. A scream echoed. A-H-H. Then only static noise remained. Narrator voice. "Sometimes the stories we go to prove true, end up making us part of the story itself. If this tale scared you tonight, remember, somewhere, someone else is still trying to escape that house." Jessica and Michael picked up the fallen camera. Jessica whispered, "We shouldn't have gone down here." Michael replied, "But the camera is recording. We have to find out if this is real." Slowly, they moved toward the basement. The air was cold, heavy, and damp. Jessica turned on the flashlight. The stairs were dark and wet. Each step creaked under their weight. Once they reached the basement, bloodstains and old burnt marks covered the walls and floor. Michael whispered, "What? What is this?" Jessica noticed an old mirror. Their reflections appeared distorted. Behind it, a shadow moved briefly. "I saw something," Michael yelled. Jessica said, "No, it's just a trick of the light." But then an old rocking chair started moving on its own. A faint giggle, a little girl's, echoed through the air. "This is the same place where people disappeared," Jessica said. Michael turned. No one was there. But on the camera lens, a foggy silhouette appeared. A long-haired woman in a white dress, her eyes glowing strangely. Jessica whispered, "Are you Shampa?" The shadow nodded and whispered, "You have seen. Now you cannot leave." Both stepped back in fear. The air smelled strange, a mix of old flowers and smoke. Jessica grabbed the camera. "We're finishing this recording and leaving." she said. But as they tried to go upstairs, the basement exit vanished. They wandered aimlessly. The walls changed. Hallways seemed infinite. Whispers everywhere. "We are still here. Never leave," Michael yelled. "This is impossible. This building is alive." Jessica looked through the camera. The words appeared on the lens, as if written in invisible blood. "Welcome home." Suddenly, the shadow moved rapidly in front of them and vanished. They screamed, stumbled. The basement walls glowed red, and distorted voices sang old asylum hymns. Jessica held the camera tightly. We need to understand this. This isn't just a house. It's alive," Michael whispered, "and it won't let us leave." They stood frozen in the center of the basement. Michael said, "We're trapped. This place is playing with us." Jessica lifted the camera. Shadows were still distorted on the lens. "This isn't just a shadow. It's alive. As if someone created it," she said. An old wheelchair spun by itself. Footprints appeared on the floor, with no one around. They approached a wall with a chalkboard. "The past never leaves. Your blood calls you." Jessica whispered, "Blood? Whose blood?" Michael zoomed in with the camera. Fingerprints appeared, glowing faint red. "This is connected to us," he said. The shadow moved again. Jessica ducked. The long-haired woman in white appeared silently, her eyes black. "You are connected to my family's past. Now you are here," the shadow whispered. Jessica and Michael were in shock. "What does that mean?" Jessica stammered. The shadow stepped forward. Letters appeared on the floor. "Olivia!" Jessica froze, her real name on the wall, written in invisible blood. "How?" she whispered. Michael shouted, "We did nothing. This is just recording." The shadow raised her hand. The old wall cracked, revealing a hidden room. "Life is hidden in that room. Our attempts haven't reached it," the shadow whispered. Jessica looked closer. Faint glowing symbols, old chains, and burnt books. Michael stepped back. "This is supernatural. The house is alive." Jessica held the camera tightly. "We have to record it. Maybe that's the only way to understand it." Suddenly, ghostly hands appeared, pulling, whispering screams. Michael grabbed Jessica's hand tightly. Jessica placed the letters and diary in the center of the basement. "We accept it. We respect it," she whispered. A bright light exploded. Shadows screamed. Walls shook. Whispers fell silent. The house became still. Basement calm. Lights fading. The shadow appeared one last time, half smiling, then dissolving. Red symbols disappeared. Walls normal. Jessica and Michael breathed heavily, the camera shaking. "We survived," Jessica whispered. Michael said, "We will never forget this experience." They went upstairs and out. Outside, the rain stopped. Moonlight shone clearly. The camera captured the house, now just abandoned, but a feeling of peace lingered. Some houses aren't just walls and roofs. Some houses are alive with their history, their secrets, and their unfinished stories. Ravenwood, Hollow Creek, or any haunted place. Sometimes the story you go to find finds you first.